Good evening, everyone. It's a special day today, and I'm short for words. I'm really happy. You must be wondering as to why I'm so excited and happy and feeling like a child once again. It's really a joy to meet my teachers after 3 decades, and getting them on my talk show is another dream come true for me. And I'm blessed to have the presence of none other than Sister Asha. She's been a great human being right from the day I met her till date. She's always been kind and polite. If I've ever transformed into an individual and the way I am today, I could give that credit to Sister Asha for being kind and compassionate, to being humble, all of these things. She was one of the first teachers who touched me as a student, touched the inner core of a student, make them feel special, make them feel wanted, make them feel loved. Because most of the teachers, earlier as well as now, they only concentrate on marks. But there are a handful of teachers who only concentrate on the internal growth of the child. Apart from marks, the internal growth of the child, the emotional well-being of the child. Sister Asha is one such individual who has taken great care not only of me, but of several other young students. She has transformed their lives. And I'm so glad that she has agreed to be on the International Fabtalks today. So, dear friends who belong to the Sacred Heart Convent High School, Hubli, all the ex-students, this program is for you. Specially, I requested Sister to share her message to each one of us. So, join us to welcome our celebrity guest. She's here with us. She's none other than Sister Asha. Thank you, Sister, for joining us. It's a pleasure and it's a blessing to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister. I didn't expect that you would make it today here, and I never knew that I would meet you like this, but I think there's something destined to happen like this, and so that's why we are here in front of each other. Thank you very much. The first question, Sister, I'd love to ask you. At present, you are in Bandra, Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. How does it feel now, after so many years, meeting one of the students like this on a talk show? How does that feel?
I have met ex-students from Bandra, then I was in Panchkini, I was in Hubli, different places, but not as a talk show. But people have come, even after 45, 50 years, to come and meet me, even from USA, wherever they are. They have been grateful for the way I have touched their lives, and they have come on their own to meet me. That has been my greatest pleasure, but talk show for the first time.
Thank you for accepting that. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation. I should really thank you for that. Sister, so we'd like to know, how many years are you into the teaching field?
Right. See, I came to Hubli after I became a nun. I was straight transferred to Hubli, Sacred Heart Convent. That was my first school as a nun, as a fully, formed nun kind of a thing, because we have 2.5 years of training, then we become sisters. So my first transfer was to Hubli. And I did my PUC there, did my BA in Karsideshwar, Hubli. Then I did my B.Ed in Dharwad University. So that is, in the year 1975, I finished teaching. But even those years of my teaching, of my studying, I did some teaching in school in the afternoons, because morning was my college, but afternoon I used to teach. So some part of teaching I did those years, but real teaching thing I started full-time teaching I started in 1975. From 1975 to 1983, I was in teaching in Hubli. Then from 1983 to 1989, I was in Bandra. And those were rather beautiful days for me. Hubli was, that's my real home. But Bandra days was also lovely. I didn't think that Bombay girls were so affectionate and so loving. Those were lovely days. Then I got transferred here. And again, I came back to, in 1989, I came back to Hubli. Then after that, sometime I was in Panchkini. Then I was in, these are the places I have been teaching. And so nearly 33 years I taught. I mean, not counting those my days during my studies. Without counting those, real teaching I did for 33 years.
Excellent, sister. That's really nice. So your brief stint was in the year 1989. That was the time when I met you.
Right,
and that was the time that you transformed me into a nice person.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
I remember you writing a note for me and giving, you wrote a note for me and you handed it over to me. We had been to an excursion, and after we returned from the excursion, you wrote a handwritten letter, a little note, and gave me. It was really so. Uh, it was such a nice feeling to receive it from you.
Okay, I
Yeah.
don't remember like that. Many surprises I get. You did this for me, you did that, but I can't remember anything of that. But the person who is touched by it, they are grateful. We are meeting so many students, but I know that many like you, many tell me, sister, you did this for me. I'm always thankful. So I'm grateful to God for using me as an instrument of His love. Yeah.
Thank you, sister. Givers are always greater than the receivers.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Okay.
Sister, what is the message you have for all the ex-students, irrespective of which state they belong to,
Yeah.
if they've been influenced by your teachings, by your love and passion, for treating people in the right way? What is your message for each one of us?
Yeah. Okay. Now, for me, it looks like, just yesterday we have been walking on the corridors of Sacred Heart Convent, together in the classroom, in the playground, laughing, talking, and exchanging ideas. We have exchanged ideas those years. We were building dreams and we were shaping values. And now I feel after 35 years, we are meeting again in a world it is so different, dramatically different from what we were told those days. Now I feel we are living in a world which is fast, connected, and constantly changing. Technology has reshaped the way we live, we work, and even the way we think. We are surrounded by information, but often starved of wisdom. We speak through screens more than across tables. We move faster, but sometimes forget where we are going. I think of a rose garden. I think of each of you as a rose. Your parents thought of you as their dearest daughter and planted you in our school. Why in our school? There were so many other schools. They knew they will get the best of education. I feel more than education, their focus was the values, the character. That is what our schools are famous for. Don't worry about your high percentage and 10% results, but what is more important is your character. This is what you're going to take with you. And that is why they, you have to be grateful to your parents for choosing our school to educate you. And then as you grew, beautiful rose, each of you with different colors, I can look at it that way. Each person is of a different color, of a perfume. But these roses plants have thorns. And as you got into the world, you went through a lot of difficulties till now, problems, ups and downs in your life as married person, having children, or whatever. Without problems, we cannot grow. And these problems make us what we are. Today, I look at all of you as beautiful roses with thorns. And those thorns have made you what you are today. Maybe some of you are having high positions, doing very well. Children are doing very well. You are doing very well. So I congratulate each one of you for what you are today and your contribution to society. That is more important. So I want to remind you that you are beautiful. Each one of you, every woman is beautiful because we have qualities of heart, mind, and body. The God who created us loves us. He cares for us and He is with us all the time. Maybe our friends, we have been separated from our friends. We are far away, but the God who created us is with us. So may I request you, this is my request, to spend every day some time connecting yourself to God in prayer or meditation in the way you know best. I want to remind you of something simple but powerful, what we learned back then in the convent school. Values of love, integrity, empathy, sympathy, self-sacrifice, and you can go on. Are these values outdated today? This is a question I would like to ask. Or they're deep inside me, and I bring up my family in those values. I'm convinced of those values, and nobody can take away those values from me. So I say, lead with humility in a world that often rewards noise. Offer wisdom in a time that chases trends. Be kind even when it is not fashionable. The world will keep on changing, but your spirit can stay anchored in purpose. No matter how complex this world becomes, the simple truths still hold. Character counts. Relationships matter. And doing good never goes out of style. I would like to sing for you the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. My voice may give a little trouble because sometimes it doesn't give me what I want. So I will just try and sing this for you. But I would like you to take, if strikes you some words from here, I would be happy that you take it to heart.
Definitely, sister.
Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is injury, your pardon, Lord. And where there's doubt, true faith in you. Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there's discouragement, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, let me bring your light. And where there's sadness, let me bring joy. Make me an instrument of your peace. It is in hardening that we are hardened. It is in giving that we do receive, and it's in dying we are born to life. Make me an instrument of your peace. Finally, I want to end by saying, remember, there is only one you. You are unique. Give your best to the world. Let us together make this world a better place to live. I ask God to bless each of you. This is my message.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. And thank you for that lovely message and for that peaceful song. It was so peaceful and it was so, like, it had a calming effect on me when you were singing that. Thank you so much. And that was a surprise for me. Thank you so much. Sister, I have a request. If you could sing for us, like Forward God's Helping as a school command, that's the school
Yes.
song. If you can just sing that for
I
us.
can't remember this. Sorry. I can't remember. What is the beginning? You know, which is the beginning? What is the beginning?
Like, I'm also not
I
sure.
also forgot. I forgot because so many years I'm
I
out
just
of
remember
that.
this forward God's helping as a school command, facing troubles we meet, brave in the hours of defeat, determined to win the fight. Something
I'm
is like
sorry.
that.
I should have got that from somebody, and I should have thought of it that you would ask me to sing. I never thought of it. You could have
Even I
told
didn't
me
think
before.
of asking you to sing. It just
You
came
could
up
have told
like
me.
it just.
Huh? I can't recollect at all what's the beginning unless I get the. You know, you could have told me. I could have sung it for you, and maybe later on I can sing, and you can.
Yes. Could I pause the recording? Can we work on it?
But now I won't get the words. I won't get the words. I could have sung it for you. So how sad.
No,
Very
no,
sad.
I didn't know that I'm going to ask you this because you sang a song. So
Uh,
immediately I remembered the school
that's why it
song.
struck you. Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll get it and I'll sing it and send it for you.
Yes,
Okay.
sister.
Yeah.
Yes, sister. Thank you so much, sister. Sister, I have a question. Like, if any of the young girls who belong to the Christian community and they would love to become a nun,
Yeah.
if they are contemplating on, following a religious order and becoming a nun, so what are the real prerequisites?
Uh, till April, I was in charge of 4 girls who had come from different places. One girl came from UP, one from Orissa, one from Chennai, and one from Gujarat. These 4 girls, 4 girls had come to join. And so the thing is, they were from different states. So I was concentrating fully, I was responsible for that, uh, helping them to know really if God wants them and really they have a vocation. So I was there for nearly a year. But what was more important for them was, to learn English. They did not know English, so we were concentrating because this is the first part. First year they learn more on English, then they move on to another stage. You know what? The first stage is called candidacy. Candidates. They just come because from different places they feel God is calling them. That they are not wanting to get married, and they really feel no some way they are touched by our works or somebody's words. Because God comes in that way. God doesn't come like that straight away, but through people, somebody's kindness or somebody the way sister works. For example, now when I was teaching before you, uh, there was at least 4 girls joined from Hubli, and all 4 of them said, "It is because of you, sister. We saw your way you live, and today they're doing very well in our congregation." So God comes in different ways, and they feel called. And what is as they join in, then we concentrate more on teaching them how to pray and meditations and Bible and to discern they need to discern their vocation. So this first year when they come, they just get into our way, because at home, as Christians we say rosary at home in the night with the whole family, besides that mass and all that, but other things like Bible studies and all, they have not done. Here they do, and then they come to know more of that. But after 1 year, we ask them, okay, now you go home. And if you still feel you want to continue, you feel that God is still calling you, because see, as you come in, we don't use mobiles. One of the things that they find very difficult to give up is the mobiles, because it's the world of mobile. Slowly, because at the beginning we give them only once a month, like that, to talk to their parents, like that. So, it becomes very difficult. But then they get detached slowly from the things of the world, more concentrating on God and what God wants of me to become a good sister. So that because I have to live my life and others have to be influenced by my life. So they have to build a character, build God's love in them, and give that love to others and the value. So after 1 year, they go home, and if they feel like coming back, they feel. They think about it for 1 month, and then because leaving their families also is another big thing. It is not easy. Till today, I'm 80 years old, but still I think of my parents. I'm sure all of us are like that. Those bonds are there. But if then God wants them, God gives them that strength. And if today I'm there now, I'm going to be 60 years as a sister. It was God that was there with me. So slowly, slowly they learn, and then they accept, and we have 1 year training, then again another year. So nearly now 3 years of training. Then only they decide, I really want to become. Then they take their vows. So that's the enough of time between those 3 years. They feel they may still want to decide. They are given a chance to go.
Is there any age that is required, or
Uh, No, it's about before, at least before 30. Before 30, at least, because otherwise training becomes difficult. Training for them to mold them. They are already in a certain way, they are because our trainings are so different. Time to time prayer, time to time this, and so many things are expected of us. So to mold their character after a certain age becomes difficult. So if they come early, now these girls who came, they were 18, 19, 23, like that, between 18 and so that is a nice age, because we take three vows: obedience, chastity, and poverty. So these are not easy, but and slowly when we, obedience is required, they were not ready for it. So it becomes easier when they come earlier, but later on, it becomes very difficult for them to accept changes or corrections. See, the corrections also are there. Difficult to accept corrections. Hmm? So earlier it is easier to mold them.
yes, sister. Thank you for sharing that, sister. Sister, you used to teach us history. And
Yes,
you
yes.
used to decorate the board so well. You used to use different colored chalks,
Okay.
and you would write the dates, and you would, from this end of the board to that end of the board, you would show the connection of the Battle of Plassey. I remember that very well, Battle of
Okay.
Buxar. You would explain that all so well.
Yeah.
And that influenced me to enter into history during my PUC plus one and plus two, that is PUC one pre-university course.
Yeah.
And then that influenced even me to become a teacher and finally
Oh,
a
great.
lecturer. And
Yeah.
I've contributed 30 years to the education sector.
Great.
So
No.
that's because of you. You see, you've influenced me in such a way. So when I joined for the first time in 1992 as a teacher at the age
Oh,
of
great.
19, so I
Oh,
took up a job as an English teacher and a social teacher.
oh, lovely. Oh, great. Okay.
And I till 2022 as a lecturer, I was focusing on English as an English
Oh,
lecturer and a
okay.
psychologist. So
Great,
it's
great,
been
great,
your
great.
influence, like you've
Yeah.
been, they say, you are like sandalwood. Like when you meet certain
Yeah.
people, they are sandalwood. They rub off that scent on you, or like they spread
Yeah.
that fragrance.
Okay.
Like this, you might have influenced many people to enter into the teaching field.
Yes, yes. Because many told me, sister, we took up the history because of you. You, the methodical way you taught us. Many have told me this. Yeah. And my board work, they used to say so neat. They used to tell me board work. I'm not praising myself, but because you're asking me this, otherwise I don't want to talk so much about myself. But if they are influenced because of this, I just wanted to share because you asked me this. Yeah.
Yes. If I just close my eyes now, I could just reimagine all of that. I mean, imagine that entire scene. So that has helped me in on my journey as well as a teacher and as a lecturer to make it more interesting for students. It's not only giving them content, make it more interesting and captivating their attention. You've been doing that. If I may ask you, why did you select history?
Uh, I think from the subjects, the other geography, I was not so keen on. But as an art student, uh, I felt that they are interesting stories to know on the past. Present is because of the past.
Really?
So I was more interested because I know even when we meet as a family, when our family people tell us about the past, it was like that and grandfather was like that. That is so interesting. So some people look at it, what's history is so boring. And for me, it is so interesting. Because I'll tell you what happened. I was in Panchkini, we have a big boarding there. And I was not teaching because my teaching career was over. I was there helping out because it's a boarding. In different ways, I was helping, not in teaching as such. So they used to find history, 10th standard. History is so difficult. Then one of our sisters told them, you go to Sister Asha, and you won't believe. There was a girl, I'll just give you one example. There was a girl, 10th standard, board exam. She got 16 marks in the board 10th standard exam she is going to do. Before that, they had given class exam. She got 16 marks in history. And the teacher said, what to do now? How to send this girl up? And actually, her mother was also teaching in our school. She was a Hindi teacher. So then the mother came to tell me, sister, she's got only 16 marks. They gave her re-exam. What to do? So, and when sister had told that teacher that to take, go to Sister Asha. So she came to him. So I called her one day. Okay, according to your convenience, you come. So she brought civics book. And I took for her 2 hours civics book. Can you believe or not? The next morning, this was in the evening, next morning, her mother and father are at our door, come to thank me, telling me that you have done wonderful work. And this girl, and she said, and then the exam was given to her. From 16, she got 61 marks, re-exam. And the mother and father said, sister, what you have done? She said, now she knows how to study. The whole thing was, she did not know how to study. She had come to the 10th. She said, now I know how to study. That was enough for her. That was a change. And mother and father, next day, sister, she came home saying that now I know how to study. So that those are the joys of a teacher. So I feel history so can learn, that's the facts are there. This happened, no? So we have to tell this has happened. Yeah.
Yes, sister. Thank you for sharing that anecdote with us. Thank you very much. If I may ask you a personal question, when you decided to become a nun, what was the reaction of your family members? Did they agree to let you go because that's a calling from the Almighty? Like, did they agree
Yeah.
easily, or you had to convince them?
Frankly, ours is a very big family. We are 11 children. 11 children. From the two had already become nuns. And me, I was a very naughty girl. And I'm actually from Mangalore. I was brought up in Mangalore. And you can't believe those days, I was born in 45. I don't know what. And after I finished my studies in Mangalore, I came to Bombay. And here also in Bombay, where I was working in Bombay for 3 years, I was working as a, those days we had what is called as stenographers. Yes, we learned shorthand and typing. Today we have computers, no? We had the typewriters those days. And those days we worked as secretaries. So I worked in Bombay for 3 years as a secretary to a German company. And one day as I was walking down, I saw a beggar. And as I told you, God comes to us in different ways, not only through prayer or something, through people. I saw one beggar, and something happened to me. I saw God is telling me, what is the use of? I used to enjoy, I used to go for parties and all that. I used to enjoy. That time, something struck me, and she said, what is the use of all these worldly pleasures? Huh? You work for me. And that made me feel, no, I want to serve people. I want to work for people. And actually, when I told my parents, because my two sisters had already become nuns, they were not objecting, but they were surprised that I would think of becoming a nun. They were happy because three of us became nuns, and they always said, because of three of you, we gave to God. God blessed our family. That was their prayer. Always. Even today, my brothers and sisters will say, every one of them is doing well, happy in their married life. And they always give the credit to three of us. We are still living. My two sisters are older than me. One is already 86, one is 84, and I'm 80. So all three of us, and they always say, today what we are, the credit goes to you because we have given you to God, and you're one praying for us and supporting us, not with money or other things, but your prayerful life has helped our family. So my parents had no objection because they were happy to have given the child to God. Yeah.
Sister, now what I'd like to share with you is like when you said that I want to become a nun, your parents immediately agreed. I mean, your entire family, or they said, "Oh, already two daughters of ours
Yeah.
are already
Yeah.
into the."
Yes, actually, it is true because when both my sisters had worked for 5, because see, ours is a big family. We came to Bombay, each one by one. We came to Bombay. We worked and supported the family. Hmm? So when my first sister worked for 5 years, second sister worked for 5 years, I worked only for 3 years. Then my parents said to work for 2 more years. You worked only for 3 years. But I had a great desire to join that time only. So when those days we used to write letters, no. I wrote a letter to my daddy saying that I wanted. So my daddy wrote, work for 2 more years. What I did, I don't know. What I did was correct. I was very upset and I never wrote back. That time my daddy felt I was hurt. So next letter he wrote, no, no, you join. So he felt, I had a desire. They never came in the way as such, but they felt 2 more years I could support my family. But God was good. Meanwhile, my next sister got a job in Bombay, and the next sister got a job. So one by one, they were supporting the family. So they came to Bombay, and like God never left us like that. So the family was supported by my younger sisters working and sending the money home. So okay, it was.
For sharing all of that,
Okay.
sister. That's really nice. So, dear friends, we're having a beautiful conversation with none other than Sister Asha. She's been fair and open like a book. And the same way, I'm sharing from my end as well. So, life is beautiful when you meet the right kind of people in your lives, right? Sister, what I'd like to ask you is now, apart from the good work that you are doing now at present, like you keep yourself so busy,
Yeah.
like if we may know like what kind of work you are into now, because you say your teaching stint has come to an end, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
in some other activities. If you could share those activities with us.
Yeah. See what is happening. This is the main house of our congregation. Bandra is the main because the provincial, the highest person of the whole congregation is staying here. So this is a busy house. We are about 60, 50, 60 of our sisters. And there is one part of the building is for the old people. So there are old sisters are looked after. And where I am in another building where we are about 27 of us. And at the moment, I help mainly in parish work. We have old people, uh, especially homebound. There is nobody. I go and visit them. That is mainly in the evenings. But morning, now one sister who is in, because a lot of cooking has to be done, because it's a big house, nearly for 70 people, we have to cook. I knew nothing of cooking, but you know what, as a sister, we have to be, anyway, cooking is not a low job. We sisters, we don't look at your superior is a high job. Today you're a superior, next day you're in the kitchen. So we don't have high and low job. So everything is the work of God. So today, one sister has gone to the one who is in charge of the kitchen, has gone for holidays. So I'm doing the kitchen. So you have a lot of difficulty because I don't know cooking. The other day I was telling you when you phoned me, there was only one cook. There were so many people we have to cook. But our sisters are so nice. They'll come and help me. So that is one of my jobs. I'm doing whole morning. I'm helping in the kitchen. Evenings I go visiting. I also take up choir. Like our sisters when we have now, for example, coming Sunday, three sisters are making their diamond jubilee. 60 years as sisters. So I take up the choir. I use the keyboard and I teach them singing. So these are the various, there's a lot of activities in the parish also, in the church. So I keep myself busy right from 5:30 in the morning when I get up, except a little rest in the afternoon, but I'm busy with something or the other. Yeah. Very active still. At this age, God has given me, and all that goes to God because He has given me good health and active still, and I can make others happy. I love to conduct some recreations, games, things like that. I enjoy that, making others happy. So that makes me also happy. Yeah.
Yes, because I still remember you wrote a very beautiful note and
Mm.
shared that with me. Like we had come after an excursion, you've written that. So you always want to see others happy. You
Yeah.
make it a point to make others feel good in your presence, if I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yes, yes.
That's really nice, sister. I mean, I would love to talk with you a little more, but I respect your time. I
Yeah.
respect your time, and I thank you so much for being here today. I would love to have you on another session with me with few more questions. If you permit me, we'll definitely have a session once more with more important questions to help create
Yeah.
awareness. Before we sum up, one more request. I would like you to give all the students, irrespective of Sacred Heart Convent or any other school, once they become adults and they begin to face life, they face a lot of ups and downs. They understand that life is not only about books, life is not only about studies, it is beyond that as well. You have to survive in a harsh and difficult world. So what is your message to all the students who are studying now, and already those who have passed out? Like, don't give up on life, because we've heard so many suicides happening.
Yes,
Either
yes,
it could be in schools and college campuses, or it could be in their homes, or it could
yes.
be in any place. Like, if they're not happy, they're taking away their lives. So what is your
Mm.
message to all these sad and unhappy people?
I think what is more important is have confidence in yourself, have faith in God. That faith in God, that if I give first place to God, because not only because I'm a sister, I'm talking about religion, but I feel every one of us needs God. Have deep faith in God. He will never let you do those things when you're desperate. Even at the desperate moment, call on God, He will help you. And say, I never give up, thinking that whatever I do it but what I can, not to compare myself with somebody else. How much I can, I will do. My limits I know, and that much I will do. And have confidence and go ahead. Never give up. So that would be my message. And have trust in God. Have faith in yourself. Have trust in God, and move ahead. Don't compare yourself with others. You are unique, and what you have is what God has given you. Use them in the way you can.
Yes, sister. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, sister, for that lovely message. Thank you. You've always been focusing on this. Like, you are unique. Each one of us are unique in
Mm.
our own special way. Thank you for
Mm.
making us feel special. You are special, and that's why you make others feel special also. Thank you very much,
Mm.
sister. Just to put that right, because she's very close to my heart. She's the one who has transformed me into who I am today. And the way I speak, the way I talk, I might have learned it all from the school I've come from, and from the way people handle me, especially the teachers like Sister Asha. She's been a wonderful example, a role model for each one of us, irrespective of caste, class, creed, and age. She's been doing her best to touch our lives. With this, I'd like to sum up the session for today. I would love you to share this video with all the Sacred Heart Convent High School girls, irrespective of which state you are, which branch you are. This is for all of you, dear friends. And stay connected with us. Like, comment, subscribe, and share to the International Fab Talks. Thanks for being a part of our journey. Stay blessed and stay connected. Thank you so much, sister.